fundraising goal.
It's National Eating Disorder Awareness Week, and multiple organizations on campus are holding events.
And Chief of Public Safety Edgar Rodriguez has stepped down from his position.
All that and more coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
Live from the Student Center Piazza, this is the Q30 Newscast.
Hello and welcome to the Q30 Newscast. I'm Brenna Oracoli.
And I'm Olivia Schuler. Chief of Public Safety Edgar Rodriguez has resigned and will leave Quinnipiac University on May 1st. Rodriguez is moving to Providence College, where he has accepted the role of Associate Vice President and Chief of Campus Public Safety. According to a memo from Provost Mark Thompson, the search for a new Chief of Public Safety will begin immediately. Q30 will continue to update you as we learn more about this story.
Quinnipiac joins the growing list of universities that will continue to consider students for admission even if they are facing discipline for gun control demonstrations. In a statement tweeted out on Tuesday, the university said, quote, "Quinnipiac University is a community that supports students' rights to express themselves peacefully. Students who are disciplined for peaceful protest or productive civic engagement can rest assured their admission into the university will not be adversely affected," end quote. As of today, over 117 colleges and universities have released similar statements. This past weekend was Q30, a 10-hour dance marathon to benefit Connecticut Children's Medical Center. The goal was to raise $250,000, but the university community surpassed that. Christina Vitas has all the details.
With over 1,500 participants, 71 teams, and one goal of $250,000, Quinnipiac's annual dance marathon, Q30, raised the bar and broke their record with a grand total of $265,431 raised to benefit the Connecticut Children's Medical Center. But this accomplishment didn't come easy.
And last year we had raised, I think, $20,000 the week leading up to the event. And this year we were pretty much challenged to raise $100,000 in that same week.
Last year, Q30 was ranked as the 9th best university dance marathon for schools below 12,000 undergraduate students. By increasing the fundraising total by over $38,000, Quinnipiac is expected to creep even closer to the top spot. But Q30 participants know they don't dance for a ranking. They dance for the kids.
Hear stories about Q30, but you'll never get to really understand it unless you're there for the event and seeing the kids run around and feeling the emotion in the room at the end of the night when there's that final reveal.
This 10-hour dance marathon featured performances from campus organizations and a plethora of activities. But most importantly, it was a playground for patients from the Connecticut Children's Medical Center.
So it's just an amazing feeling to be able to see what this community can accomplish.
For Q30 News, Christina Vitas.
National Eating Disorder Week. The goal of the week is to highlight the severe and realistic nature of eating disorders. According to the National Association of Anorexia Nervosa and Associated Disorders, eating disorders affect 30 million Americans and is an ongoing problem for people across the country. Here on campus, students will not only learn more about the disorders, but will engage in activities that help spread the body positivity. Eliza Krasinski has more.
Sororities and fraternities have been working with the National Alliance of Mental Illness Club to hold activities and do projects that engage the whole school through Eating Disorder Awareness Week.
Tri Delta and NAMI, since we paired up yesterday, we had an activity that was called Mirrorless Monday, so people had the opportunity of writing stuff on sticky notes and posting it around the school, which was really positive. And there was also a mirror that we had, and a lot of people came up to it and wrote down things that they liked about themselves.
The Counseling Center showed a screening of the movie Embrace, which was about a woman who once body shamed herself and is now raising awareness for women all around the world to embrace their bodies.
But it just seems like we become aware in waves, around mental illness, so it seems like there's a wave going on and it's about kind of catching that wave.
I'm pretty sure you can't run a marathon and be a lazy pig. And despite what the body shamers think, my body is fit, capable, and strong.
After the movie, there was a panel discussion with mental health specialists and they answered any questions students had about mental illnesses.
In terms of a positive message, I think if this can even make a dent in the shame around the disorder, where more people are a little more receptive to seeking treatment, I think then it was worth it.
I would just say keep your eye out on your friends and just check up on them constantly instead of waiting for them to come to you.
For Q30 News, I'm Eliza Krasinski.
Now we have Eliza Krasinski out on the quad with the weather.
Eliza, what's it like?
We're on the quad at Quinnipiac. March 1st is tomorrow, which means spring break is right around the corner. Hopefully we'll have some spring-like weather in the next few weeks. I will have a full weather update for you guys later on in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Eliza. When we come back, Callie Keys takes a look at a Quinnipiac event that partners with Ellen DeGeneres and Cheerios.
And planning for Media Mashup is in full swing. We will look at how this year's event will help students and find internship jobs.
And Sarah Russell will join us with this week's national news. We'll be right back after this short break.
Whether you're on the quad,
in your room,
or heading to class,
tune in to Q30 News.
For stories by student journalists you can trust.
We are covering the latest here on campus and in surrounding areas.
Get the news you need to know every Wednesday night.
Coming up on #that, we talk about some fun events around Quinnipiac's campus.
And we talk about some weird news that's been discussed around Twitter.
All that and more, we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
Tonight on Sandwich News, we will determine what makes a good sandwich and a bad sandwich. First, the standard sandwich. Uninspired and frankly, a little gross. But we have here a Ray and Mike sandwich, the Cadillac of sandwiches. And if you want one, well,
come on down to Ray and Mike's at 3030 Whitney Ave, Hamden, Connecticut. Open every day from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. QCash is accepted.
Now that's a sandwich.
Welcome back to the Q30 Newscast.
Thanks for sticking with us. Chartwell's is giving back to the community through Cheerios and Ellen DeGeneres. Cheerios teamed up with the Ellen Show last September to encourage people to be part of the 1 Million Acts of Good movement. Callie Keys found out more about Chartwell's involvement and how they filled 300 boxes.
Today, Quinnipiac's dining service, Chartwell's, teamed up with Quinnipiac students to give back. 1 Million Acts of Good is a movement led by Ellen DeGeneres and Cheerios to try and encourage more people to make a difference in their own communities.
They reached out to Chartwell's in campus dining across the United States, and we were selected as one of the colleges and universities because we have a really strong community service program here. So tomorrow we'll be putting together 300 boxes, and they're called Matter Boxes, and they'll be donated to local charities.
Once each Matter Box is filled with food and words of encouragement, they were taped and ready to be delivered to the AIDS Project, New Reach, and Columbus House in New Haven. Quinnipiac students were not only excited to give back to the community.
I was really excited that Q Dining is, expanding their program into more of an experience and doing an event like this.
And with singing, photo ops, and an Ellen cutout, it is clear that Chartwell's is not only trying to make a change in the community, but also in every Quinnipiac student's college experience.
We're not making food for the students, we're helping them grow. We're also giving them community service opportunities. I have 5 interns that work for me, student interns, and they're getting great experience putting this program together, and it's exciting.
Putting a smile on the face of Quinnipiac students today, and to those less fortunate tomorrow. It is clear that Chartwells is making an impact. For Q30 News, Callie Keys.
2 Quinnipiac students recently started Gelato Q, a service that will allow students to order gelato and have it delivered to their dorms. Callie Keys sat down with the young entrepreneurs to find out more.
Hey guys, I'm here with 2 of the members of the new student-run business Gelato Q, Mike and Chris. Thanks for coming today, guys. Appreciate it.
How are you?
Good, great, thank you. Can you guys just explain a little bit about Gelato Q?
So Gelato Q is a delivery service here on main campus, and what we do basically is we deliver premium quality Italian gelato straight to your dorm within the hour.
Awesome. How'd you guys come up with the idea for this business?
So basically, I'm originally from Rome, Italy, and in my country, gelato is a very big thing. So when I moved to the US 2 years ago, I realized that there was a lot of demand, but very little supply. There's many other companies that do ice cream, but the quality to me, at least, just didn't feel the same.
You guys market Gelato Q to be a homemade ice cream. What do you mean by homemade? Are you guys like in the dorms whipping up some gelato?
So basically by homemade, we mean artisanal. Mm-hmm. So it's produced in a very small factory. So that allows us to have maximum high quality ingredients. We're not mass producing, again, coming back to the Ben & Jerry's. So because we're producing fairly small amounts, the quality is always high, and we can really have full control over our basically our what we put into it and the quality overall.
Okay.
And you can taste the difference too, definitely. I mean, anybody that's tried our product so far, you could ask them, and you could definitely tell that the quality is something that we take very close attention to.
Awesome. It seems like you guys are doing well so far. Thank you for sitting here talking with us today. That's all the time we have.
Thank you very much.
Back to you guys up desk.
Each year, the School of Communications hosts Media Mashup, an event where students can meet with industry professionals to network, hear about job openings, and receive advice. Krista Delane takes a look at what goes into planning the networking event.
On March 23rd from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Quinnipiac University's School of Communications will be hosting Media Mashup.
So basically, Media Mashup is a conference that's held every year, sponsored by the School of Communications. It's basically a way for students to come together and meet industry professionals and have them go to different panels. So there will be different panels where students can actually hear hand-to-hand how they translate their job experience. And a lot of these speakers are alumni. So we have a couple alumni from 2017 and 2015. So it's a good way to see how the Quinnipiac education really translate into some of the best careers options that students in the School of Communications really are aiming to get.
There will be sessions throughout the day geared to the different majors within the School of Communications.
It brings together all 5 departments of the School of Communications, and which will involve sessions from each department where professionals will come in.
There will also be a networking lunch provided to those in attendance, and another networking opportunity where students will have a chance to speak one-on-one with industry professionals from 3:30 to 5 p.m. The event is helping students to learn how to network within the communication.
Now Sarah Russell joins us with this week's national news.
Sarah, what's new in the country this week? I hear that Papa John is even making headlines.
Yep, they definitely are, Brenna, but we're going to start with some news coming out of Washington, D.C. President Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner had his security clearance downgraded on Tuesday. This status change came after Chief of Staff John Kelly made some changes to the security clearance system. When President Trump took office, some White House officials, including Kushner, were given an interim top-secret/sensitive compartmented information status. These statuses have been downgraded to secret, meaning Kushner and other aides with this status can no longer access the presidential daily brief. According to a report by CNN, Kushner is accepting his new status and will not ask the president for a change in security clearance. President Trump and Boeing just signed a deal that will have the plane manufacturer build 2 new Air Force One planes. The deal is said to have cost a total of $3.9 billion, $1 billion cheaper than the original estimate of $5 billion. The planes are expected to be ready to fly by 2021, 3 years sooner than the originally planned 2024. The current Air Force One planes started being used in 1990 and are nearing the end of their scheduled lifetime. Papa John did not have the same luck as with their sponsorship with the NFL, and it ended this week. The pizza chain recently claimed that their decrease in sales was because of the way the league was dealing with protests by players. The company's stock has dropped by 1/3 of its value in the past year. The stock continued to drop after the announcement of the end of their sponsorship. The pizza company has been sponsoring the NFL since 2010, but they will continue their partnerships with 20 teams in the league. The NFL announced that their new sponsor will be Pizza Hut. And 11 people were reported sick after opening a suspicious letter at Joint Base Fort Myer-Henderson Hall in Arlington, Virginia. 3 of these people were taken to the hospital and are reported to be in stable condition. According to Major Brian Block, a Marine Corps spokesperson, the envelope contained an unknown substance which caused a burning sensation to the hands and face to those affected. The letter was addressed to a commanding officer and was written with derogatory comments, ranting language, and was unintelligible at some points. Officials are trying to determine if the sender had any relationship with the base or the commanding officer. That's all I have for your national news. Back to Olivia and Brenna at the desk.
Thanks, Sarah. After the break, Eliza Krasinski will join us for a full weather forecast from the quad.
And our friends from #that will give an entertainment news update. Plus, we found out more about a new Hamden restaurant.
We'll be right back.
Hello, and tonight on Sandwich News, we will determine what makes a good sandwich and a bad sandwich. First, the standard sandwich. Uninspired, and frankly, a little gross. But we have here a Ray and Mike sandwich, the Cadillac of sandwiches. And if you want one, well,
come on down to Ray and Mike's at 3030 Whitney Ave, Hamden, Connecticut. Open every day from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. QCash is accepted.
Now that's a sandwich.
This is Sports Pause.
Are you concerned with the 0-2 start for this team?
Right here, top of the circle, again, rips it past the grassroots goalie.
What will breaking the record mean for the program himself? I mean, 138 wins.
There's the tough shot. What a nice play by Mikey Dixon.
He's good in transition. Just a really dynamic scorer he can create for himself.
And now, Emma, it's time for the top 5 plays of the week.
Coming up on #that, we talk about some fun events around Quinnipiac's campus.
And we talk about some weird news that's been discussed around Twitter.
All that and more, we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
Welcome to the WQAQ Morning Show. Dan Ball and Emma Spagnolo joining you here from the QAQ studios in Hamden. And Emma, it is that time of year again.
And we're back on the Q30 Newscast.
Eliza Krasinski joins us now with a look at this week's weather forecast. Eliza, it's been pretty warm this week on this spring on its way.
It is a bit chilly. Right now we have 38 degrees and cloudy. Tomorrow we'll see some showers with high of 54, and tomorrow night we will also see some more showers with a low of 37. Now let's take a look at our surrounding towns in Connecticut. It will be cloudy all throughout the state, which Tonight we have 39 degrees in Killingly. In Torrington we also have 39 degrees, as well as Danbury and New Haven. New London is looking a little warmer with 40 degrees, as well as in Hartford. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast today. It was partly cloudy with a high of 53 and a low of 38, which it feels a little chillier than that right now. Tomorrow we will see some showers, however it will be as warm as it was today with a high of 54 and a low of 36, so it will be a little chillier than right now. Following tomorrow, on Friday, we will see more showers and the temperatures will be dropping throughout the week with highs on Friday, at 40 degrees and a low of 33. This weekend it will be cloudy, so let's snuggle up into bed. We will have highs of 44 and a low of 31, as well as Sunday highs of 42 and a low of 29. Monday will be partly cloudy, so the sun is trying to peek through with a high of 44 and a low of 29. And Tuesday we will see more showers with a high of 43 and a low of 33. That's all I have for you guys. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you for facing the cold out there, Eliza. Now Brooke Riley and Katie O'Keefe join us from #that with an entertainment update.
Pictures of a Kardashian baby. Tell us.
Thanks, guys. Let's jump right into this week's entertainment news update. First, and maybe most importantly, the Kardashians are back in the entertainment news. Kim Kardashian has shared the first photo of her baby, Chicago West. It has been a little more than a month since Kim Kardashian and Kanye West welcomed their baby girl into the world. Kim Kardashian took to social media on Monday, posting a photo of her and her daughter matching with pink teddy bear face filter. However, it seems that she must have taken the photo a little while ago. In the picture, you can see that the platinum blonde locks she used to have, but she recently dyed her hair bright pink. Fans got a quick glimpse of Chicago in Kylie Jenner's video announcing the birth of her daughter, but the only pictures seen relating to Chicago were her nursey. The picture shows a vintage crib that's estimated to be about $75,000, so it's safe to say she's living a pretty great life already. Katie, what do you think?
A $75,000 crib is crazy, but it's the Kardashians. What else do you expect?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I can't believe it took her so long to post a photo of the baby.
I agree, finally. Better late than never.
Yeah, took her long enough.
And moving on to Quinnipiac's entertainment news, the Student Programming Board announced that this year's performers are going to be Dea and Khalid. If you thought that wasn't cool enough, the Student Programming Board just announced on Sunday that they will be adding a third performer. The singer of the hit song Mine, Bazzi, will join them as well. Leading up to the event, SPB is giving students several opportunities to win free tickets this past Sunday. Students had the chance to win tickets by participating in a shoot during halftime of the women's basketball game. Also, between now and March 3rd, there are several sets of place card tickets hidden across all of Quinnipiac's campuses. Whoever finds them first wins the tickets. Tomorrow is an event called Dea's Do's and Do Nots of Wake the Giant. There will be free donuts from Whitney Donut in North Lot from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. In the event of rain, it will be located outside of Starbucks. Tickets go on sale to Quinnipiac students this Sunday, March 4th at 10 p.m. Floor seats are $25 and regular seats are $20. Make sure you are right by your computers at the time tickets go off, Bobcats. This sure is going to be popular. Brooke, are you going to get your tickets?
Of course. I'm super excited. I think they're both, actually all three of them now, are great artists.
It will definitely be fun.
What about you? Are you getting tickets?
Definitely. And I'm going to try and get the front row tickets.
Yeah.
I think you just got to go for it. They're $25.
Exactly. I know you weren't here last year, so you didn't get to see Tiesto, but it was a lot of fun. I had floor seats to that, and it was definitely worth it. It's only $5 extra more. So what are you going to do? I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Good. I'm excited.
Me too. Well, that's all we have for this week's entertainment news update. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Katie and Brooke. For more entertainment news, tune in to #that on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Now we turn it over to Kyle Lavasser, who visited a new restaurant in Hamden. He describes it as a Hawaiian version of Chipotle. Take a look.
Hawaiian food in Hamden.
I knew that this is something that Connecticut really needed to have.
The new Hawaiian poke restaurant, Pokemoto, is up and running. Located in the Hamden Plaza on Dixwell Avenue, Lisa Bach's Family Restaurant has been open since February 10th. The Bach's success at their New Haven location led to the recent addition in Hamden. So what exactly is poke?
It's been around for, centuries in Hawaii. They would just take the fresh fish and they would typically cube it up and season it. But we took it to another level where you can also just have the fresh fish as is, or you could top it on top of our sushi rice, brown rice, and add a whole bunch of mix-ins. We have a bunch of signature bowls, but a lot of people, the most popular is when they create their own dish.
If fish isn't your forte, Pokemoto also has a unique take on soft serve ice cream.
We also have our Dole Whip dessert, which is very signature of Hawaii. It's our sorbet and dairy-free. We have pineapple and strawberry, which is perfect for the warm weather ahead.
Despite being open for less than 3 weeks, Quinnipiac students are already flocking to Pokemoto. So if you're interested in some authentic Hawaiian poke, you don't need to fly to Honolulu. Just come right down here to the Hampden Plaza. Reporting for Q30 News, I'm Kyle Lavasser.
Thanks, Kyle. I can't wait to try Pokemoto. It looks delicious. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, Drew Feinberg joins us for a Quinnipiac sports update.
Stay tuned.
Hello, and tonight on Sandwich News, we will determine what makes a good sandwich and a bad sandwich. First, the standard sandwich. Uninspired, and frankly, a little gross. But we have here a Ray and Mike sandwich, the Cadillac of sandwiches. And if you want one, well,
come on down to Ray and Mike's at 3030 Whitney Ave, Hampden, Connecticut. Open every day from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. QCash is accepted.
We are back. Winter sports playoffs are just around the corner and spring sports are heating up.
Drew Feinberg joins us now for an update on all things Quinnipiac athletics. Drew?
Thanks, guys. It was definitely an action-packed week for Quinnipiac athletics, but we're going to start on the ice as the 5th-seeded women's ice hockey team traveled to Canton, New York to take on the 4th-seeded St. Lawrence in the ECAC quarterfinals. Game 1 did not go as the Bobcats had hoped, falling to the Saints 3-1. Melissa Samiskevich provided the team's only goal, and goaltender Abby Ives saved 21 of 24 shots. We're now going to take a look at the highlights from Game 2 as Cass Turner and her squad were in a win-or-go-home scenario. We're going to jump right to the second period. Quinnipiac is going to get the puck off the board. A nice little wrist shot is going to find its way to the back of the net. Shannon Sherpak is going to get credit for this one. 1-0 QU. Now take a look at this. Hannah Miller apologized to Abby Ives' Gatorade bottle. Absolute top shelf. 1-1 in this one. Still in the second period. A nice pass by St. Lawrence, and Justine Reyes is going to put this one away. 2-1 St. Lawrence, and as the clock is ticking down, so are the Bobcats' hopes, and that's going to do it. St. Lawrence takes this one 2-1, ending the Bobcats season. Switching things to the hardwood now, the Quinnipiac men's and women's basketball teams head to Albany this weekend for the MAC tournament. Baker Dunleavy and his team, seeded 7th, play 10th seeded Siena. Trisha Fabry and her squad finished the regular season 18-0 in conference play. The Bobcats have the first round bye and will face the winner of 8th seeded Canisius and 9th seeded Monmouth. Players from both teams were honored this past week as the All-MAC teams were announced. On the men's side, senior guard Cam Young took home All-MAC second team, while point guard Rich Kelly was named to the All-MAC rookie team. Carly Fabry was named to the All-MAC third team, while Aaron McClure and Jen Fay took home All-MAC first team honors. This feat marked the first time in program history where Quinnipiac had 2 first-team all-conference selections in the same season. Well, that's going to do it for me this week and the week that was Quinnipiac Athletics. Brenna, Olivia, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Drew. That's all the time we have for tonight. Stay up to date with all things Quinnipiac by checking out our website at q30tv.com.
And follow us on Twitter at Q30 News.
I'm Olivia Schuler.
And I'm Brenna Oracoli. Thanks for watching. Good night, Bobcats.